right, so welcome back to the Chop Up, episode 2.
Episode 2.
Yep.
We're big time in it now.
Yeah, we're going to keep this thing rolling.
Yeah, we're out here. YouTubers.
Yeah. So thank you to everybody who subscribed and actually watched the video. We got a better response than we were hoping for.
I was expecting, 200 views was going to be a win, but I think we got, 1,000 or something, so that's great. 2,000.
2,000, yep. Yeah,
Watch out.
So, yeah.
That's
cool. Yeah, super stoked that you guys enjoy it, and we're going to keep this thing going.
Yeah, we want to start off with giving a big shout out to some of the people in the comments, one person specifically.
Yeah, so Justin Roy had a comment here, kind of a long one, which is great. He was saying he's basically going to spend his stimulus check on a duffel bag and shirt and stuff like that.
There we go. So, we appreciate that.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks for the support. Very much appreciated. Yeah, and then he just says, the last suggestion, designers like myself always face maybe some of the approaches could help others get the information they need. So he wants a little deeper dive into like the logo process.
Yeah, that's a must. I feel like if we had a process video for logos,
illustration, packaging, kind of.
Yeah, each little category.
Yeah,
we got to make it happen.
Yeah, I think it'd be good. We'll pick some fun projects and kind of highlight those. So, yep. So Justin, thank you for the comment, and some of that stuff will be coming soon. Just keep watching.
Yep, we appreciate the help and the support and all that.
Yeah, for sure. So, episode 2, we're gonna take a look at a project for Billie Eilish. So I met with them in February of 2020. Flew out to El Segundo. And there's a company out there called Playmates that is a toy company that basically is producing these fashion dolls for Billie Eilish. So we had a meeting with them in February, and we basically they just hit Target about a couple months ago.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, right before Christmas, I guess. They hit Target, so it's a Target exclusive. We were asked to step in, help with the packaging as well as illustration for it. So we're going to walk through that whole process. It was a bit of a different packaging project because of her request. So we'll kind of dive into that and show you how we executed the whole deal. Her whole concern was this thing had to be eco-friendly.
Yep.
So she didn't want a bunch of plastic. She wanted zero plastic involved in the packaging. She wanted this box or whatever it is, blister card box, whatever the doll was going to be held in. She either you could recycle it or you could reuse it and not throw it away.
Yeah, fully sustainable. So even to me, it's kind of like an idea that for packaging I've never really thought of. So even recycling's cool, but the fact that it's you reuse it, it's the stage that she's standing on. It kind of just opened my eyes to like, oh, this is pretty smart actually. Like you can use this as part of the background of the toy. So pretty cool.
Yeah, so we'll get into kind of the packaging and how that all went down. But to kick it off, we were asked to do illustrations of her. They knew that the outside of the packaging, they wanted basically a portrait of her based on the music video.
Yep.
They didn't know what style, what they wanted, like what is she going to look like. We had a couple poses from the music video that we could illustrate from. So we basically showed them a couple different options for the illustration phase of it. And there's 2 music videos. One of them is The Bad Guy, and the other one is the All Girls Go to Hell. So each one has a different vibe. So Brandon and Damaso basically dove in and did a bunch of different styles of illustration for these.
Look at that blue line sketch of like her as an alien or whatever it is. Yeah, that's
black eyes with the
that's crazy.
Wings.
Yeah, angel alien looking thing. And it's pretty tight sketch too. You know what you're getting when it goes to final.
Yeah,
Brandon's really good at that.
A lot of times when we send a sketch from Brandon or Damaso, they're like, this looks like finished art. Like I was expecting something super rough or whatever.
Yeah, that's great. Send it over. And you're like, wait, we gotta ink it first.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that just happened with Damaso and this big Hot Wheels project.
Yeah,
he's like, looks great. Send it. I'm like, this is not final.
Yeah.
This is a sketch. This is a color sketch.
Yeah.
So we started here with these illustrations. Some of these are taken a little bit further. Some of them are the blue line, and then showing the actual inked and colored version.
I love the eyes, how there's like no pupil or iris or anything. It's just kind of like a marble statue.
Yeah,
it totally gives it a different vibe.
Yeah, and that was obviously part of the video.
Yeah, so, it's just like a dark, sinister piece to it. I like that. Yep. Even the type on the red right here, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's cool.
I think Palace maybe uses that for their skate logo. So it's like, anything that you could do that Supreme and Palace are doing,
right,
follow in the footsteps, and it's gonna work.
For sure.
The kids are gonna like it.
Yeah, which that logo, that type, that Billie Eilish type, that's up the side of the packaging here. So
Kind of has some NASCAR vibes to it, but I'm into it.
yeah, yeah. So that's her, basically her logo,
Yeah,
but that's also a font that you can type out.
yep. I think it's on Defont.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll scrolling through some of these illustrations here. Black line, a little more heavy.
Ooh.
Damaso, a little more suggestion, just more based on shapes.
Yeah, this yellow piece here, Damaso gets crazy with wrinkles and folds and fabrics. He's like, he's crazy with that. So seeing this like sweatshirt and all the different, highlights and shadows and value basically to the hoodie, it's amazing. That's crazy.
In this music video, there's basically this like yellow wall that she steps through, breaks through the paper, and then comes out and starts doing the music video. So we had to show her basically coming through the wall or have something with that wall.
Yeah, that's tight.
So these were both Damaso's pieces. Same thing,
And the likeness is there. There's not even that many lines in the face, but boy, you can tell who that is. That is great.
Yeah, which is that's tough.
Oh yeah, I mean, as a graphic designer or non-illustrator, that is the hardest thing ever. You know, I can maybe draw something that's mechanical, but once you get to, a person or anything that doesn't have any, structure to it, that's the hard part.
For sure. So those were the sketches presented to them, and then from there.
So were they hyped on those sketches overall?
They were hyped. They came back and basically selected 2 different styles that we'll show you in the following round, and she had some changes. I mean, problem with a project like this is it's going to the toy manufacturer. They're going from there to her manager, who then shows it to her.
Yep.
So there's a couple people in the middle that need to get this thing approved. So
yeah,
there was a bit of a lag time on approval on her facial expressions and stuff like that. But she had some minor changes, not much. Came back and we kind of ran with these 2 different styles. So basically from here, the illustrations were approved and it was time to jump into the packaging. So they had, based on the size of the doll, they had, which we can start pulling some of this out here. So they had, a size of box that this thing could actually sit in. So they sent over to us a rough die line that we could work within.
Yep.
So this is where I sat down with them. We kind of went through the process of, okay, this thing needs to be basically recyclable. She wants, and her idea of the recyclable was, I want to be able to take the doll out of the packaging and somebody reuses the packaging, not throw it away, not throw it in the recycling bin, but you have to use the box, use the packaging. So that was a bit of a challenge. It was like, okay, well, how are we going to make this happen? What is that box going to be?
And how is someone going to engineer it where it unfolds, it holds the toy, it unfolds, and then becomes something else. So I feel like it's, the engineer had a pretty gnarly job in this packaging project, but it came out good. I mean, even the idea again of reusing the packaging, like, brilliant.
Great idea. Yeah. So we basically sit down, figure out, okay, this thing's going to need to unfold and refold into what? Into, how about a stage? How about her stage? How about the background in the music video? So we looked at what those backgrounds were. For this video, like I said, it was, this paper background that she had ripped through. So okay, let's run with that. I think that's back here. So it's,
she came on this thing, pretty cool. I mean, that's like pretty much the part of the video.
And so basically this, where's the other one? Oh, there it is. Yep, Dustin's got it handled. So basically this needed to end up being this. So we presented some ideas to the packaging engineer. So most boxes and packaging for anything that's shipped is usually set up by a packaging engineer. There's engineers that just deal with cardboard, how it folds, how the tabs fold into each other to actually hold it.
How it sits on the shelf. Does it have a J-hook? Is it standing? Yep. Does it fit in Target's, allotted space? There's actually a lot of, stuff that goes with that.
For sure. So we sent over the idea to the packaging structural designer. He sent back basically this 3D working file of it, rotating. He actually built the box, shot a video of him spinning it around, him unfolding it, cut out of paper, and sent that back to us. So we're like, hey, that looks good. So then from there, he develops the die line that he sent us. So we get a die line of this whole thing flat. And then it's up to us to print it out, fold it up, make sure that, this panel's the left panel, this is the right panel, type goes this way.
It's facing,
not flipped around.
It's not upside down. Everything's facing the right way. And I mean, we're gonna put the template on screen and seeing this thing.
The template on there.
It's pretty gnarly when you get one of these things. Like even as a designer, they're like, "Here's your template. Go to town." And it takes you a couple minutes, an hour to realize, what am I looking at here?
Yeah, what's up? What's down?
Yeah,
what's top? What's bottom?
What's going to be this side? Oh, this flap doesn't show. Okay, cool. I can have it be dead space. It's a little intimidating in the beginning, but then once you get the ball rolling, it starts to get fun. You can print it out yourself, fold it, make it in the box, look at it.
Yeah, I would suggest always printing and folding.
Yeah,
you'll find some little things here and there, or logos upside down.
Even just printing in general. You think your stuff's done. We'll like do a logo and be like, wow, it looks great on screen, and you'll print it out, hang it up, and you're like, oh man, I've noticed 2 or 3 things that look really weird. So,
especially with page layout. If you're laying out a page, whether it's an ad or a catalog or something like that, man, you have to print that out.
It just looks different. I don't know why that is. I mean,
type size, all that just looks totally different when it's printed.
Yeah, there's techniques they're going to tell you where like zoom out, make it, really small and zoom out and look at it, which works and is great. But once you print it and look at it, from across the room, it's just going to have a different vibe. So when you think you're done, maybe you're only 70% of the way done. So
exactly.
Yeah, it's that's just a little trick that I use.
Yeah.
So
yep. So basically we started laying out. I worked with Brandon. Brandon did the illustrations, Brandon and Damaso, and I basically worked with them, changes on the illustration, and then started mocking up the box because we knew it was going to be done on craft paper. So at that point, you go grab, some stock craft paper.
Yep.
From the internet, whatever, lay that in as your background. So you're working on top of that brown, that craft paper look,
And I would recommend doing that because, if you just design on white, you think you have a certain value of separation that you're like, okay, this is what it's going to look like. But when you put it on the craft and you're like, oh, it totally doesn't look good. I need to recolor now. So start from the beginning on craft.
Yep.
Because it's going to save you, an hour in the end. Instead of recoloring.
Yeah, and the client, obviously will appreciate and can visualize it a little better when they see it, mocked up on the actual craft paper. So
definitely going to sell it better.
Yeah. So we started laying this thing out, and honestly, minor changes. They were super easy to work with. Super pumped on the way that we had, designed it to, fold from this, apart into basically this. You can see it on the 3D file that we'll show. So it worked out great. We had to develop this die in the middle here, this cutout. So I had this thing huge coming down like this, and in a couple different ways, printed folding kind of rips on it, so it looked a little bit more realistic. In the end, I think they came back and were kind of like, we need to keep this thing simple. There's a piece of plastic behind here.
Yeah.
So they kind of dumbed down. I had this thing a bit more detailed, dumbed it down a little bit, but it ended up working.
Yeah, it's not bad. I never saw that version, so I never, questioned this, how it is. But
yep.
We got to keep this thing pristine, in case we want to sell it on eBay in the future. Like, I see you ripping it apart there. Go easy on that, That's your retirement or my retirement or something right there.
Yep. Yeah. So this was fun. I mean, it ended up, I love the black on craft kind of look. I mean, it reminds me of mystery skateboards and kind of just black and white. Can't go wrong with black and white.
Yeah, it's easy just to overcook it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, and this is personally what I like. This is simple, straight to the point. It's black. You get it. And when you're going down Target, walking down the aisle, looking at all the dolls, this is going to stand apart from the rest. It doesn't have, again, all the gradients and bells and whistles. It's just simple, and because it's simple, it's just gonna look great and jump off the shelves.
The Graphic Design Guild, I guess it is.
Won
an award for sustainable package design, and so we have a printout and kind of an award thing from them. Say, we want to congratulate you and Lincoln Design on the virtual contribution to Playmates Toys award-winning performance on the 57th anniversary American Graphic Design Awards. There was 10,000 entries,
Wow.
a small handful of winners, and the Billie Eilish collector toy packaging is one of them. So
I mean, we're pretty
so, yeah,
much,
it's kind of cool.
heads down, cranking all the time. You kind of forget what projects you're working on. So to, 3 months after this coming out and getting it, and then getting a letter being like, oh, you guys won an award. It's like, it's pretty cool. It's different. It, I guess, brings you back to reality and lift your mind out of the trenches for a second, and I don't know, give a little appreciation.
For sure. Yeah, it was good. So this is the this was the second one. Totally different music video, totally different vibe. Super dark. Crazy angel wings, black eyes, the whole deal. So, but we had to handle it the same way. It was basically like same kind of packaging, same usage, different fold, different size packaging. So the illustration style matched. They wanted it to match, and the next 3 in this series of 5 will match as well. So it's kind of that cut line kind of illustration, which works well for the craft paper.
Yeah, that's like Brandon's specialty too.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a good piece. I mean, even just to keep the material consistent. I mean, if you bought the first one and you go back down the aisle and you see the second one, it's a no-brainer. You're gonna buy it. So.
Yeah, the one thing that I wish we could redo or was not done is and kind of a little lesson to designers and things is the back of this packaging. So this illustration is the same illustration that's done on top. So the illustration was done dark on light, a dark black illustration on a light background. They basically took the same illustration and made it. It's basically a negative because now you're printing a light color on a dark background. So what you get on the back is what looks like a negative of the illustration.
Yeah.
So huge pet peeve of mine, of Dustin's.
One of the biggest. Even if you're in the silkscreen world, they'll use the same black plate and reverse it, use white ink on a black tee, and boy, there's nothing worse. It's like you guys couldn't front, a couple of $100 and just. This is different because it's not silkscreen, so there should be no cost added.
Exactly.
Someone just didn't know to put a fill under the black, and oh man, that is great piece, but that is a rookie move right there.
Yeah, that's I'm a little bummed on that, but yeah, you can either fill that. If you lose the outline, then you can outline the whole piece.
Yeah,
and you'll keep the same look.
Yeah, sometimes you can actually tell. It's like you'll put a big stroke on it. Even then, you're like, oh, that's nasty. Like, don't do the stroke. You could, do a big white fill behind it and offset it. Shift click it right, left, right, left. But
and get kind of like a pin line on one side.
Yeah, if anything, just we'll tell Damaso, hey, it needs to work on black and white. So he's gonna have to go above and beyond and do some extra rim light highlights to so when it does go on black, it still works without having to put a nasty old stroke behind it.
Yep. Yeah, a lot of stuff that Brandon does. I ask him, hey, make sure it works on black and white, and he'll have an outline on it. You can turn off the black layer, and it looks great.
Which is definitely an extra.
It's a pain in the ass.
Yeah,
well,
it's extra work.
It's extra work for sure. Yeah, definitely.
And especially if you maybe have some motion or speed lines coming off of it, and if you put it on black, those aren't going to show up. So you're going to have to figure out a way to put a white underneath that, and it could be a little tricky. Sometimes Damaso's bummed at me when I'm like, hey, I need it on black and white. He's like, dude, just pick one. So
what's it going to be used on?
Sorry, D.
Yeah, but you especially in the apparel industry, you get a lot of designs you do that they want it on a black shirt, and then they'll sell out of that black shirt, and they're like, oh, we need to make a white version of this, and sure as shit they just fill that thing with black and print it on white, and it looks like crap. So.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Just for silk screening, pay the extra setup costs and get a new plate burned, and do it the right way, because it's gonna look nasty and very rookie looking.
Yep. But yeah, all in all, turned out good. We're super happy with it, and we're going to continue on with a couple others. So we'll have these up online on our portfolio here, probably once we get the other ones in.
Go to your local Target. Try to see if you can find them still.
Yeah.
Buy them, collect them, maybe save them, keep them pristine.
Yep.
Be a retirement too, right here.
Yeah. Who knows? Maybe she'll keep winning awards and whatnot, and this thing will be worth some money.
I'm sure she's going to.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, yeah. I hope you guys got a little takeaways from that. I mean, you gotta, the brief kind of determines your process in a way. Going into this thing, when we first sat down and talked about it, I wasn't thinking, oh, okay, we're going to have to work with this packaging engineer. This thing, needs to be reusable.
Yep.
And then we're going to have to develop this whole thing that folds in half and this and that. I thought, in the beginning, it's just going to be a cool package design. But,
yeah, it's a totally new challenge, something that Brandon and Damaso probably have never dealt with. So, yeah, pretty cool.
Yeah. Yep.
So, next.
Oh, yeah, Logo Lounge.
Yep, get into the Logo Lounge book. I think it just came out not too long ago. I've been seeing it all over Instagram. All the dudes and dudettes that were featured in it. A couple of buddies got some pieces on the cover, which is pretty cool to see. I think Matt Dawson has one of my favorite pieces there on the cover.
Yep.
I think so. Yep, it's got a knife on it, a Bowie knife.
Yep, yeah, that's a good one. We were stoked. So they actually asked us to judge the Logo Lounge 12 book. We were in Logo Lounge 11. We kind of had a feature. We had a spread in that, as well as I think 24 logos or something included in Logo Lounge 11. Logo Lounge 12 came along. We worked with Bill, who's the guy who's been behind this book forever. We did actually an Instagram live with him, kind of talking about the process of building this book, and then we were asked to judge the book as well. So that was kind of cool.
Yeah, I was reading the comments on the YouTube, and a lot of people were asking us, "Hey, where do you get your inspiration from? Who's a favorite person or a favorite place to look?" So, normally we're not going to even look at other designers and stuff like that for inspiration, just because it can subconsciously start to look similar. So
yeah, be careful.
But this is one place that I personally have been going to for years. I don't know how long they've been around, but I've been going here for 7-8 years. But you got to pay to have a membership. But whatever the price is, it's worth it, because you can go on there and search H icons and get a bunch of stuff that is something you'll never think of. You can do that also on Google. But it's gonna be a little, less. It's just gonna be whack. So this is kind of the place to get some design, visual inspiration. But like Dan said, be careful with that, because
you can start obviously copying.
Even if you're not trying to copy, you can subconsciously start to look like whoever. So
for sure, yeah. But yeah, we're excited to just be involved, because I think there's 12 judges or 10. You got guys like Chris Doe and Jonathan Rudolph from Logo Inspiration, dudes like that in here who are judging as well. So it was cool.
Some big timers.
Yeah, it was pretty rad. So they asked us, one of the questions was, pick one of your favorite logos from the book. So I personally picked this Beast logo here, just because. Did you see that?
I didn't see it, dude.
Just because the typography and the teeth and the whole deal, super rad.
Let me see that thing.
Look at that thing. I'm always down for good type, and the fact that it's always rad when I feel like when your logo is just a piece of type.
Yeah.
I mean, it's cool to have your icon with your type, and you can lock them up, pull them apart. But if you can just run that piece of type,
it's gonna be easier.
It's gonna be easier all around, So yeah, that was kind of the one that I chose. It's a good book. Yeah,
this is pretty dope. I mean, it has some pages and pages of. I mean, even it's sectioned off pretty well.
Great designers. Yeah.
Tons of different categories.
I mean, this is 12 years deep now. They are into this thing. I mean, I have some of the original ones, and Bill's been doing this forever, so it's kind of a cool thing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm noticing a bunch of stuff in here just flipping through the pages. It's like, oh, there's a Bradford, Brad Steins.
Yep, yeah.
We got Matt Dawson in here. Just tons of people. It's pretty cool to see this. So yeah, I mean, I would check out this book. I think it just came out. I don't think it's too expensive either.
No,
they shipped it to us, but
yeah, I'm not sure what it is.
Yeah,
but,
I mean, everybody needs
$40.
Everyone needs design books, so I would say that's a must on the shelf. I mean, try to go back and get all 12 if you can. I mean, I would collect these things.
Yep, the originals are kind of hard to find, but yeah, check it out. Thank you, Bill Gardner, and for including us, and super hyped.
Yeah, we'll see what up with number 13.
Yep.
Lucky number 13.
Oh shoot, yeah.
Yeah, we need to get a logo on the cover for number 13.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Yep.
We lost out on that one.
Right.
Yeah, so we're done with this book.
Yep.
One last thing, one more book.
One more book, yeah.
This was, the old pandemic started off, got all crazy, so everyone was making these coloring book pages, and they were just doing these PDFs online, which is great, print them out, but shoot, I don't even have a printer, so it's a little challenging. So I was telling Dan, like, dude, we need to figure out our version of a coloring book. So Dan said, screw a PDF, we're going to actually make a real coloring book. So I was like, I dare you, do it. So We have,
So
this
we
thing
grabbed a bunch of, illustration work, just black and white. You can color it in. I think I got a couple pages colored here by my
and it's fun. I mean, we got
youngest son.
Yeah,
so.
look at that. That's great. Just there's patterns, spot hits, all kinds of different stuff in here. I personally colored about half of the book myself. I just left it at home, but
I think there's some others.
It's pretty fun. It definitely brings you back to just being a kid again. Yeah, look at that. That's a good piece.
Yeah.
So head on over. Lincoln,
check it out. Yep.
The Lincoln shop.
We only have basically this stack left.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah, that's it. Yep. Might not. I don't know. We probably will never make it again, but we'll see.
I might want
so
version
grab
2.
one. Yeah, grab one if you want. Those are up there.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. There's a beaver holding a crayon. That's tight. That's cool.
Yeah, I wish we should include crayons with the book, but you don't get those.
The lead time on that would have been a little challenging.
You got to buy your own.
Maybe if there's a, hopefully not round 2 pandemic, we'll have the crayons
I hope
with
not.
it. Yeah.
I hope we're all done coloring by next year.
Yeah,
so.
right.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Well,
that was it.
Yeah. Yep. That was it. Thank you guys.
Yeah. Good show. Wait till you see us next time.
Yep.
Episode, I don't know, 3, 4.
Yep.
Heck yeah.
Gonna keep it rolling.
Awesome, dude. Well, like, subscribe, comment, hit all the things.
See you next time.
Yeah. See you next time.
Yep. Cool.